Venezuela is sitting at the top of search right now, and here's why. Two massive earthquakes struck 40 seconds apart, the largest the country has seen in over 100 years. The confirmed death toll is already in the hundreds. Here's what's confirmed, what's still unknown, and why the USGS says the real number could be far worse. Here's why Venezuela is the #1 search right now. On Wednesday evening, June 24th, two powerful earthquakes struck northern Venezuela less than a minute apart. Magnitude 7.2, then 7.5. Buildings collapsed in the capital region. A tsunami advisory briefly went out for Puerto Rico. The U.S. Geological Survey ran its predictive model and said deaths will most likely reach the thousands. That combination, the scale, the speed, and the USGS projection, is what made this explode on every feed overnight. Let me walk you through what is confirmed. Source from the U.S. Geological Survey, CNN, NPR, NBC News, CBS News, and ABC News. According to the USGS, the first earthquake, magnitude 7.2 struck near the city of San Felipe, about 176 miles west of Caracas, at roughly 8:45 p.m. local time. 40 seconds later, a second earthquake, magnitude 7.5, hit near the town of Umari, just north of the first. USGS data confirms the 7.5 is the largest earthquake to strike Venezuela in over 100 years. The last time the country saw anything this powerful was a magnitude 7.7 in 1900. CNN geolocated multiple videos and confirmed extensive building damage across Venezuela. In La Guaira, a port city about 19 miles north of Caracas, dozens of buildings collapsed. The shaking was felt as far away as Brazil, more than 1,000 miles from the epicenter. The National Weather Service's U.S. Tsunami Warning System briefly issued advisories for Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. NPR confirmed those advisories were canceled. Waves in U.S. territory stayed below 1 foot. As of early Thursday morning, Venezuela's acting president, Delcy Rodriguez, announced at least 164 people are dead and 971 injured. Rodriguez has been serving as acting president since January 2026, when former President Nicolas Maduro was taken into U.S. custody, a fact confirmed by CNN and PBS NewsHour. Rescue operations are actively underway. Now let me separate confirmed from unknown, because in the first 24 hours after a disaster this size, a lot of numbers circulating online are projections or estimates, not verified counts. And I want to keep those clearly in different boxes. Here's confirmed. At least 164 dead, 971 injured, officially stated by Venezuela's acting government and reported by CNN, NBC News, and Al Jazeera as of early Thursday. Confirmed. USGS magnitude data. Confirmed. Structural collapses in La Guaira and Caracas. Now, here's what is not yet known. The USGS ran a probabilistic loss model, and their forecast says deaths will most likely run into the thousands with a, quote, substantial probability of exceeding 10,000. That is a model based on magnitude, depth, and population exposure, not a confirmed body count. Rescue operations are still active. Thousands are feared trapped under rubble, per NBC News and Al Jazeera. The actual death toll as of right now is unknown and almost certainly rising. The full extent of damage to roads, hospitals, and infrastructure has not been assessed. USGS estimates economic losses between $10 billion and $100 billion. That is a range, not a final figure. If you see a post stating an exact total right now, that is ahead of the verified data. Some context to put this in scale. Venezuela sits near the convergence of the Caribbean plate and the South American plate, which makes its northern coast seismically active per USGS. But earthquakes of this magnitude are not routine. The previous record was set over 126 years ago, and La Guaira, the hardest hit coastal city, is one of the most densely built, structurally vulnerable zones in the country, which is a key reason the damage is so severe. The political context also shapes the international response. Acting President Rodriguez is navigating a delicate position. The United States removed Maduro in January, and Rodriguez is now coordinating with foreign governments in a way the Maduro government rarely did. CNBC reports that President Trump pledged rapid U.S. aid Wednesday night, calling it part of what Trump's team described as an evolving diplomatic alignment with Venezuela's interim government. The international response moved fast on multiple fronts. France deployed 85 specialized search and rescue operators, according to CNN. China, Brazil, Qatar, Spain, and Germany all offered emergency assistance. That level of rapid multinational response reflects how seriously the international community is taking the USGS casualty projections. Rescue teams are now operating across multiple affected areas, with more arriving through Thursday. Here's my read, and I'm flagging this clearly as analysis, not the confirmed record. The 40-second gap between a 7.2 and a 7.5 is not a normal force shock, main shock sequence. That is two separate major earthquakes in under a minute. When USGS attaches a substantial probability of exceeding 10,000 deaths to its model, that number is driven by the combination of magnitude, shallow focal depth, and the structural vulnerability of La Guaira specifically. The confirmed count of 164 will not be where this ends. What I'd watch for concretely, the next official toll update from Rodriguez's government is expected within hours. Watch whether U.S. aid deployment becomes the first concrete action in the Trump-Rodriguez diplomatic alignment. That's a secondary story with real stakes. And watch La Guaira. That port city is the likely epicenter of the worst structural losses, and as teams reach areas that haven't been accessed yet, the picture gets clearer fast. Quick recap, the confirmed version. Two earthquakes, magnitude 7.2 and 7.5, struck northern Venezuela 40 seconds apart on June the 24th, 2026. At least 164 people are confirmed dead, 971 injured, and those numbers are still climbing. La Guaira and Caracas sustained serious structural damage. A tsunami advisory for Puerto Rico was issued and canceled. The USGS probabilistic model projects thousands of deaths as rescue operations continue. International aid teams are on the ground. This is a developing story. Details will change. As of the morning of June 25th, 2026, this is what the confirmed wire reports show. Here's what I want to know. When a disaster this size hits a country already in political transition, does international aid get more complicated, or does it actually move faster? Drop your take below. Subscribe for a new breakdown every single day. Tomorrow I'm covering the next story climbing search right now.